I think that one of the interesting aspects of Star Wars Episode 9 so far has all to do with Kylo Ren and exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to make him a whole lot more evil than Darth Vader ever was in the original trilogy. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people, including myself, am really invested in right now when it comes to wondering about one of the characters in Episode 9 has all to do with Kylo Ren and exactly what J.J. is going to do and exactly how he will utilize the character in this story. Now, we do know that he's bringing him down a far darker path than ever before in the sequels, and that Kylo Ren is going to evolve significantly in this movie, and that he will be viewed as a totally different character in comparison to both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. Now, one of which has all to do with one of the big revelations in Episode 9, as well as the legend of Kylo and the reveal of his new name in this movie. Now, one of the descriptions actually goes over how it describes Kylo Ren in the film will have many scenes where he is looked up to by the First Order as supreme leader. However, it's described that Kylo in the film will often be named and called as the Jedi Killer. By some of the new characters, it's described that this will be a new name for Kylo in the film, fought by some of the heroes in the story. Additionally, one of the descriptions goes over Kylo in front of all 6 knights, surrounded by dead bodies, with huts on fire, to which the sequence is described as the Jedi Killer and his followers through a path of darkness. It's said that Kylo developed this name by telling the story to everyone of what he did to Skywalker and his Jedi temple. It's also said that there will be a village on a desert world that is explored where the creatures view Kylo as a frightening legend, and also call him the Jedi Killer in the movie. It's described JJ will do a reverse for Legends, where in The Force Awakens it was the legend of Luke being mentioned. Now in Episode 9 it will be the legend of Kylo that will be explored. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this that really do pique my interest about the character of Kylo and JJ's attempt at making him a more evil character and a more darker character in this movie. So first things first, the Jedi Killer, in case you guys did not know, was JJ's original take on the name of the character in The Force Awakens and will now actually be used as another name for Kylo Ren in Episode 9, kind of similar to what Daisy Ridley as Rey is going to do in Episode 9, dubbing herself as Kira, as a basically, you know, if in the form of a alias, if you will, when she goes and visits the huts in one of the black markets. So we do know that this movie is really going to deliver when it comes to the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey having different names for their own reasons in this movie. In this scenario, Kylo Ren being called the Jedi Killer dates all the way back to when he destroyed Luke's new generation of Jedi, including, of course, basically defeating the character of Luke Skywalker and spreading that legend across the entire First Order army, as well as innocent people around the whole entire galaxy. So we're going to learn that people actually know about Kylo Ren and view him as this frightening legend in the galaxy, where they're not quite sure if he's still alive or if he actually died at some point in time in the actual sequel trilogy, where it calls him the Jedi Killer. So they're going to be calling him this name in this movie, an original idea by JJ himself for Episode 7, The Force Awakens, that did not make it to the final cut of the movie. So we do know that this is also yet another attempt by JJ in order to make Kylo a far darker character in this movie. And you know what? I think it works. I think that the name works, that this is what exactly, you know, Kylo is viewed as around the entire galaxy. Not everybody sees him as Kylo Ren or calls him Kylo Ren, or maybe, you know, they don't even know that he's Ben Solo. You know, somebody that was connected to Han and Leia. Leia being a descendant of Darth Vader, of course. So now with that being said, this is where things begin to get very intriguing, is that JJ is basically doing a reverse of what was done in The Force Awakens. So in The Force Awakens, right, we learn about the legend of Luke Skywalker, how basically his presence is known throughout the entire galaxy after the events of Return of the Jedi, and that Rey herself even views him as a myth. Now we're getting that same exact scenario in Episode 9, where creatures and some of the heroes, as well as some of the new characters in this movie, view Kylo as this frightening legend, as the Jedi Killer, and are not quite sure on whether or not he's a myth, or if he still exists, or exactly who he really is in the galaxy. So that to me sounds very interesting indeed, and it also lines directly up with, like I say, how JJ wants to make this character a more darker character than ever before, and wants to make him feared by a lot of innocent people in the movie, as well as some of the heroes in this film, and make him a more intimidating character. So calling him the Jedi Killer by some of the creatures and the heroes, I believe it's going to drill it into the fans' heads, and viewing him as this sinister figure even all the more so. So when we look at the character of Kylo, that's the thing that's going to be great about this movie, is that yes, it takes roughly 1 year after the events of Episode 8, and that JJ is actually going to evolve the character significantly in this story. Anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.